Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're having a great day today. And if this video seems a little rushed or quickly thrown together, that's because it is. I've been spending quite a bit of time with my two boys on the golf course, and I'm enjoying not spending time in the yard, to be completely honest with you. I've had the GCI Turf Blue Heat back here in the back around my shed for 3, maybe 4 years now. And it's done completely fine up until this year. We had a terrible summer, and boy, did it take a beating. So I am doing what I would kind of sort of call a semi renovation, a little bit more than a basic overseeding. So I'll take you through the steps on what I did right here. And if you're in a similar situation, you can follow these steps and hopefully we both get a good outcome. And if I had Iron Cutter or Tahoma 31 or 419 or any of them, GCI Turf Alpha Elite, any type of Bermuda grass back here, I really wouldn't be out here spending all day Labor Day doing this to the yard. I'd be on the golf course playing golf with my boys again. Just saying. So I started off using my Ferris here and dropped the deck down to the lowest setting that it would possibly go. It was actually below the lowest setting. And I think that's going to put me right about 1 inch. And I'm kind of doing, a semi scalp. I kept it around 1.75 to 2 inches roughly throughout most of the summer. But I want to take that turf down so the seed has time to come up, germinate, come up, get growing a little bit before the existing turf takes off growing and I have to mow it. I'm buying myself some time by cutting the grass lower. And obviously that's going to help to open the canopy up a little bit, maybe make for some better seed to soil contact. uh, all kind of advantages of doing that. Of course, last year I screwed up and done all this way too early and hurt my yard pretty bad. But this year the weather's nice. It's really cool. Labor Day, I want to say we were about 76, 7, 8 degrees or so. Humidity is very low. So I went ahead and knocked this out. So I've got the power broom from a Ventrac, and I've been very curious to know how the thing would work as a dethatcher or maybe a rake, a power rake or whatever you would want to call it. I don't know. But the end goal is I'm trying to remove as much yucky and dead and junk from the canopy and leave as much good turf as possible. And you can literally watch the grass change colors as I'm running over it with the Ventrac and seeing it leave the turf a bright green color. That's because it's raking out the dead junk or could be dormant. I had some disease as well this year in the bluegrass. First year I've ever dealt with that. But it done a fantastic job. I mean, fantastic. And then I took my mower with a bagger and bagged up the debris from all that. And believe it or not, I haven't edged this out here at the road. It's been about 2 years. I just haven't done it. I haven't felt like it. I haven't wanted to do it. I haven't had a desire to do it. And I really didn't care, if I'm being completely honest with you. So I figured right now would be a good time to go on and edge that. So I took my stick edger, cleaned it up real good, blew it was about 4 or 5 inches of overhang that was hanging out in the road, blew that over in the grass and took the mower and vacuumed that up. Well, here's my Stinger GT30, the fastest core aerator, right on core plugger on the market today, in my opinion. It is the single most efficient plugger I've ever been on in my entire life, and I've owned a bunch of them. And I've been fortunate to be able to keep one here at the house and use and show you videos and things like that. And here I am working the snot out of it, just ripping it all up. This square you see right here is a test area that I'm planting a different mix of bluegrass just to compare it against the blue heat, just to, mess around. You know how I am. I like trying new things and seeing what happens. Bluegrass is super thatchy. Wow, is it thatchy? And I took my Stinger super seeder, the slice seeder, and was trying to bust up this thatch, this this right here in this square, and I mean, it done an okay job, but it didn't do quite good enough to what I wanted my end result to be. So I ended up taking a rototiller and tilling that under later. But as you saw, the rain that come out of the blue, it was not forecast to have any rain whatsoever, and it caught me off guard. And so I threw it. It rained really quickly and stopped. And then I checked the weather on my forecast, and they were calling for more rain the following day. So I ran to Harbor Freight and bought some bigger tarps and laid down. This is on Sunday afternoon. I'm laying these tarps down. It's going to supposed to rain Sunday night because the following day is Labor Day, and that's the only day I had off to be able to get all this done. So I wanted to keep that dirt from getting super wet because I knew if it got super wet, I was not going to be able to rototill it with the Ventrac, and I was not going to be able to get a good seed bed prep because if you've been doing this for any length of time, grading and rototilling mud just don't happen. It's just not a thing. The ground has to be somewhat dry, moist is okay, but definitely on the drier side when you start rototilling. And here's my soil cultivator. Oh man, this thing is a beast. I mean, absolute beast. One pass and it leaves that ground just in a fantastic condition to plant grass seed. Look at that right there. I mean, it just don't get any better than that, in my opinion. Look at that. Yeah, your little handprint. Theo, be quiet. I'm making a video. Here I am doing the other part, that part in the back there is going to be some rye. I'm still searching for the mix of ryegrass that I like. I test stuff pretty thoroughly before I put my name on a bag of grass seed. I don't want to do it the other way. So this is another ryegrass in the far corner, and where I'm working at right now is the bluegrass. So the bluegrass is going to be in front of the shed, and the ryegrass is in the back of the shed. So my daughter works at Chick-fil-A after school, and she was good enough to bring me some of that new pimento cheese that they have. So if you hear me slurping on something, slobbering all over myself, I'm eating while I'm trying to film this because I can't contain myself. This pimento cheese is absolutely delicious. So that last little clip there before we were interrupted by the pimento cheese was me raking the seed bed out level and smooth for mowing purposes. And then I put my grass seed down, and a little light raking, and the rake just wasn't getting it. So I took my Stinger slit seeder, and you talking about something that'll plant some grass seed now. This thing is bad to the bone, and you can see I crossed it up, went two different ways just to really incorporate that. I'm only going by a quarter an inch deep into the ground, so I'm just kind of mixing the seed in with the dirt to get that premium seed to soil contact. And as you can see right here, I achieved that goal pretty easily. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you know this little area right here is where I've got that kind of hard pan. It's like a little vein that starts at my fescue and runs down alongside the road out into my bluegrass. And regardless of the summer that we have, if it's a mild summer, wet summer, hot summer, dry summer, it doesn't matter. This one little section always struggles a little bit with a little bit of heat. And, I think it's a hard pan area. I decided to go ahead and rototill it as well. Will that permanently fix the compaction? Probably not, because it just won't. I highly doubt it won't. It'll be uncompacted for a time period, and I'm sure it'll eventually revert back and get hard again. But who knows? We'll see. Time will tell. So I rototilled that up, raked out my little pieces of thatch, and got rid of that because we definitely want seed to soil contact. We don't want seed to thatch contact. It's just not going to work that way. Put out the rest of my grass seed with my Stinger Gateway, which spreads bluegrass seed like a dream. It's absolutely amazing how well that hopper works and how well it and uniformly it spreads grass seed. I've been thoroughly impressed with that thing so far. This is my slit seeder again, and this whole entire section out here by the road, slit seeding it and grooving it in is what I like to call it, and just creating even better seed to soil contact. And of course, once all this was done, I put my GCI 613 granular down, which is not available on the website, will not be available. I've got it local pickup only at my shop. So if you're local to me, you can come pick up that material at the shop. It is registered in North Carolina, but not registered anywhere else. Probably going to make a slight change to that and then come back out with it next year with a little bit different analysis, and we'll register that across the country, and that will be on the website. So obviously, the next step is to water, and I've been watering for 4 times a day, 4 times a day, 10 minutes a zone, and I do that for about a week, and then I kind of gradually back off of that. Trick is to keep grass seed moist, and then it's just a waiting game to wait on it to germinate. So I hope this has been a helpful video to you. As always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch, and I'll check you later.